Centaur, your kind of company.
Ignite the innovator in you with Dell. Cellular World is an authorized partner for Dell Technologies. Whether you're looking for equipment for personal use or to transform your business, Dell Technologies can provide you with the right equipment to suit your needs. Dell is more than just desktop computers and laptops. The full line also includes monitors, data storage solutions, keyboards, docking stations, and other accessories. This is technology that makes it possible and provides solutions for every situation. Shop for your Dell products at Cellular World, your #1 Dell authorized partner in Belize, and get all the technology you want for less. Bring your brightest ideas to life with intelligent technology. Cellular World, authorized Dell partner.
Yes, I give her 50 times ending, now me have to pay.
Where you going, bruh? The who they stress you out again, Namule?
Boy, I don't believe I the fool again.
Again?
But I mess up this time for real, for real. Wanna really want to know?
Yes.
I want here.
Can't make it a big deal.
We know
Sean,
what
I know how you going
Oh,
now.
man.
You really want to know?
Yeah?
Take my plan, and I give her. I take my plan and put it in a name.
Wait, so tell me something. You still pay for this plan?
Yeah. But hear this.
This plan, I can't left this plan. Smart Belize. This plan, I can't left this plan, yeah. This plan, I can't left this plan. Postpaid plan. This plan, I can't left this plan. Smart Belize, it's unlimited data. Smart choice plan can light up your day. Postpaid with eSIM, make everything better. Just visit Smart showrooms today. I can't left this plan. I can't left this plan. Can't left this plan. I can't left this plan. Affordable for everyone. I can't left this plan. The postpaid plan, cause the data really strong.
You know why? Listen, for the best post and prepaid. You know that Smart got you back.
My bad. Wrong commercial.
She could left me for another man. The truth, once I have my plan, once I have my Smart Plus plan, I no worry cause the data strong. I know when you bleed, that's all I need. And you could tell me where you are, but I never left this plan. Smart have the best services. We post your plan have everything, so you could talk and text unlimited. Come set up your group. We got share plan 1 and 2. Up to 10 friends can connect anywhere. Boom! I can't left this plan. I can't left this plan. The postpaid plan, cause the data really strong. Don't dig it down, 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 don't dig it. Smart, bringing people together.
Tonight on CTV3 News, at long last, the actual commercial agreement between ASR, BSI and the BSCFA has been signed. The contract is signed some 4 days after an initial agreement had been brokered. With agreement signed between the BSCFA and BSI ASR, the focus now turns to the Commission of Inquiry and the modernization of the sugar industry. Small vegetable shop engulfed in flames, and the price per sack of sugar increases. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Tuesday, January 9th, 2024.
Central Bank announces update on online transaction fees. The Central Bank of Belize announces updates on electronic funds transfer and instant funds transfer transaction charges by domestic banks. In its press release on January 3, 2024, the central bank informed the public that the Belize Bank Limited was granted an interim injunction on the enforcement of Practice Direction Number 7, Regulation of Fees and Charges, PD Number 7, until the hearing and determination of its application for permission to apply for judicial review and an interim injunction. This injunction prevents the central bank from implementing PD number 7 until the court has made its determination with respect to the said applications. At the same time, separate from the obligations of PD number 7, the central bank had indicated its elimination of charges on EFTs and IFTs processed through the automated payment and security settlement system to further stimulate online transactions with effect from January 2, 2024. The central bank's elimination of charges prompted domestic banks to reduce the EFT, IFT fees, which domestic banks charge to their customers effective 3 January 2024. The central bank notifies the public that, except for the National Bank of Belize Limited, domestic banks have readjusted their online transaction fees effective 5th January 2024. The current charges are as follows. Electronic funds transfer, Atlantic Bank Limited, $1.75. Belize Bank Limited, $1.75. Heritage Bank Limited, $2.50. And National Bank of Belize Limited, $1. Instant funds transfer, Atlantic Bank Limited, $2.50. Belize Bank Limited, $2.50. Heritage Bank Limited, $3, National Bank of Belize, $1. The central bank recognizes the importance of transparent and fair banking practices and is committed to keeping the Belizean public informed about changes in the financial landscape. The central bank encourages the customers to review their transaction statements and reach out to their respective banks for further clarification on the revised rates.
In the interests of the very important sugar industry, the government of Belize, for several months, decided to get involved to try to resolve the differences between the BSCFA and BSI. There were three main issues that plagued the signing of a new agreement. First was the time frame for the agreement. Second was fair trade premiums. And third was the issue of port handling charges and throughput fees, which are to be listed as part of the net strip value deductions in the commercial agreement. On Thursday, January 4th, the government managed to broker a deal between both BSCFA and BSI. As part of the agreement, Mr. Hugh O'Brien, a highly regarded agriculturist and former CEO in the Ministry of Agriculture, will undertake an investigation of the current stevedoring and throughput fees through the port of Big Creek and make a comparison with the fees previously charged for the transporting sugar through Belize City Port. This assessment was to take 3 months. As with any agreement, the devil was in the details. It was expected that an agreement would be signed early this morning, but late last night, the parties could not agree on the scope of the work that was to be conducted by Mr. O'Brien, and the parties reached a stalemate once again. After the deadlock could not be brokered by 2 p.m. today, I sanctioned both parties and their lawyers to sit in a room and not to leave until we have an agreement. Now we have an agreement. I'm happy to announce that the SAFRA, as we know the sugar cane season, can now commence normally with all sugarcane farmers associations delivering and the mill processing at optimum. I thank all the stakeholders involved and all those that contributed to making this compromise a reality. I extend the government's gratitude to BSCFA, ASR BSI, the Cabinet Subcommittee, the PUP Northern Caucus, the team of the Ministry of Agriculture, and all Belizeans, especially those who are inconvenienced during this period of negotiation. Today, we celebrate that we are a people that can compromise for the greater good. May our Lord continue to bless our Belize. Thank you.
Good evening. With your news also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7, I am Joanna Rodriguez. After more than 12 days of arduous negotiations resulting in road blockages, police intervention, threats of legal action, the Prime Minister canceling an official papal visit to the Vatican, and countless hours of discussions behind closed doors, the BSCFA and BSI-ASR finally signed a commercial agreement late on Monday night. 4 days after an initial agreement had been brokered, the industry faced a stalemate once more. This prompted Prime Minister John Briceño to summon both parties along with their attorneys to the Yoke Creek Agriculture Station, where they all sat down for a marathon session, which ended shortly after 10 last night with the signing of the documents. The agreement includes the same 4 clauses accepted by farmers previously, including a 2-year agreement without a rollover clause. The government agreeing to contribute $1 million to the association if a fair trade agreement is not reached, as well as the implementation of the Commission of Inquiry within a period of 3 months. The final point and the source of the most recent stalemate stemmed from the terms of reference for the economic analysis into the port charges, which will be conducted by former Agriculture CEO Hugh O'Brien. With new wording added to the agreement, the clause remains that an analysis will be carried out in a period of 3 months, with government covering those port costs during that time. With the long-standing impasse finally resolved, Prime Minister John Briceño thanked all those involved in the process as he exited the Agric station last night.
I'm very grateful to the two sides that wanted to bring this to an end. And so I thank the BSCFA and to ASR BSI for cooperating for us to do what is right, to sign an agreement in the best interest of everyone. So I want to thank everybody.
While we did not hear from the farmers following last night's meeting, Representative for BSI-ASR Sean Chavarria agreed that once all parties were present around in one room, the negotiations were smoother and more effective.
Once it was understood what would be the purpose of the analysis and what it would relate to, I think that would have allowed us to move forward. And so we were able to define that and make it specific that it's related to port charges, and the analysis would look at that, particularly the throughput fee and the terminal handling fee. And I think once that was understood by the sides, then we were able to move forward.
With farmers of the BSCFA now being able to deliver their cane under contract, the focus now turns to the Commission of Inquiry, which is expected to bring recommendations to the table that could witness the modernization of the industry. The work of the Commission is to commence within 30 days, and the report is expected to be submitted within 1 year or less.
I'm very happy for the cane farmers. I'm very happy for the industry. I think it's a step in the right direction. The next important action will be to implement the Commission of Inquiry, and we hope that we won't have as much as much resistance from either of the parties as such. So I'm hopeful that that will be done, will be over in less than 1 year, hopefully.
With a signed commercial agreement now in place, it is expected that members of the BSCFA will begin to officially deliver their cane today at 6 p.m. The manifestations of the last few days have underscored the importance of the northern sugar industry. Sugar had a contribution of GDP of $162.41 million Belize dollars in 2022, the highest it has ever been. It's the primary sector activity with the highest gross value according to the Statistical Institute of Belize. The industry accounted for 33.5% of total export value, translating to more than $162 million in 2022. As a major economic driver in Belize, providing significant employment as well as local and foreign exchange earnings, the survival of the industry is one of the pivotal focuses of the Briceño administration. Hence why the industry's complete modernization is a must, says the Minister of Agriculture, Honorable Hassan Mai.
Farmers are getting older every day, but there are young people who will pick up the slack. And then it's important for when we leave that these people don't have the same problems that we are going through. So it's our, I think it's our obligation, it's our responsibility to ensure that we have a sound act, that when we leave the industry behind, or when I leave being the minister, that there will be something that the youths can hold on to and continue allowing the industry to be the economic driver for the region.
There was a fire incident reported here in Orange Walk Town shortly after midnight last night. The owner of the building, Yesi Melendez, reported to police that she received a call shortly after midnight saying that her place of business located on Progress Street was engulfed in flames. By the time she made it to her small vegetable shop, the rear portion of the building, which houses a small kitchen, had been completely destroyed from the inside. Quick response from the Orange Walk Fire Department saw the fire extinguished before it moved to the main part of the building. Today we visited Melendez, who did not wish to appear on camera, but she told us that the building received severe fire damage and the entire back portion will need to be completely refurbished. Fire personnel have determined that the fire was caused by faulty electrical wiring. Fortunately, no one was injured in this incident. There is a drowning to report tonight. The incident happened earlier today in Keycocker at the famous Split. Reports indicate that the 76-year-old American tourist identified as Stephen Mark Corrins is the victim. CTV3 News understands that Corrins had gone swimming shortly after midday today, when soon after his body was seen floating face down and unresponsive in the water. Locals in the area fished his body out of the sea and tried to perform CPR, but to no avail. Corrins was then transported to the Keycocker Health Center, where his body was pronounced dead at 12:25 p.m. No injuries were observed on his body, and police do not suspect foul play. Coming up next, we'll tell you about a chopping incident in Keycocker and how much you will pay for a pound of white sugar the next time you visit the store. Stay tuned.
In the interests of the very important sugar industry, the government of Belize, for several months, decided to get involved to try to resolve the differences between the BSCFA and BSI. There were three main issues that plagued the signing of a new agreement. First was the time frame for the agreement. Second was fair trade premiums. And third was the issue of port handling charges and throughput fees, which are to be listed as part of the net strip value deductions in the commercial agreement. On Thursday, January 4th, the government managed to broker a deal between both BSCFA and BSI. As part of the agreement, Mr. Hugh O'Brien, a highly regarded agriculturist and former CEO in the Ministry of Agriculture, will undertake an investigation of the current stevedoring and throughput fees through the port of Big Creek and make a comparison with the fees previously charged for the transporting sugar through Belize City Port. This assessment was to take 3 months. As with any agreement, the devil was in the details. It was expected that an agreement would be signed early this morning, but late last night, the parties could not agree on the scope of the work that was to be conducted by Mr. O'Brien, and the parties reached a stalemate once again. After the deadlock could not be brokered by 2 p.m. today, I sanctioned both parties and their lawyers to sit in a room and not to leave until we have an agreement. Now we have an agreement. I'm happy to announce that the SAFRA, as we know the sugar cane season, can now commence normally with all sugarcane farmers associations delivering and the mill processing at optimum. I thank all the stakeholders involved and all those that contributed to making this compromise a reality. I extend the government's gratitude to BSCFA, ASR BSI, the Cabinet Subcommittee, the PUP Northern Caucus, the team of the Ministry of Agriculture, and all Belizeans, especially those who were inconvenienced during this period of negotiation. Today, we celebrate that we are a people that can compromise for the greater good. May our Lord continue to bless our Belize. Thank you.
El estancamiento de la industria azucarera ha llegado a su fin y se ha firmado un acuerdo entre los productores de caña y los molineros BSI e ASR. Han sido tiempos difíciles para todos los implicados, con repercusiones para todos nosotros y para la nación. Pero como gobierno responsable, hemos afrontado este reto como todos los demás, con respeto, serenidad y determinación. Siempre hemos confiado en nuestro pueblo, entendiendo que todo lo que queremos, cualquiera de nosotros, es simplemente una vida mejor para nuestras familias y el desarrollo de nuestro querido Belice. Se trata de un acuerdo forjado a través de un diálogo pacífico y constructivo, y nuestro primer ministro y su equipo están agradecidos a todos los implicados, a nuestros agricultores de caña que lucharon por sus derechos, a BSI e ASR que comprendieron que todos estamos juntos en esto, y a todos los que participaron para llegar a este punto. Una victoria para Belice. Esto es gobernanza real. Esto es progreso real. Cumplamos el plan. Seguimos avanzando.
Are you out of cash and need some extra money quick? Then worry no more. At Monica's Quick Cash, you can pawn your vehicle for fast money and still drive away freely. We're also the best place to pawn your TVs or gold jewelry and sell your scrap gold. Monica's Quick Cash. Number 128, Cemetery Road, Belize City. Number 14, Constitution Drive, Belmopan, across from the Belize Bank. And number 2, Belize Corozal Road, Orange Walk Town. Pawn and drive, cash for gold. Fast money with Monica's Quick Cash. Give us a call today at telephone 207-0970.
Shop smart for your Samsung devices in Belize and enjoy benefits you won't get anywhere else. When you shop locally for your Samsung, all your devices will be covered by a 1-year local warranty. You won't get that when shopping with the other guys. When in doubt, always look for the Cellular World seal to know you're getting the real deal. Shop with confidence and enjoy your Galaxy knowing that it can be repaired locally at our Samsung Service Center by certified Samsung technicians using original parts and machinery. Even better, enjoy the best LTE experience in Belize, knowing that your Samsung devices are compatible with major local carrier networks. Get the ultimate Samsung Galaxy experience only when you shop from authorized Samsung resellers nationwide.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected.
Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, pay $28.13 more and get the Binge Watchers Bundle with Netflix. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
Over the weekend, there was a chopping incident on the island of La Isla Cariñosa. something happened because I know the show. Oh shit, I'm sorry. Over the weekend, there was a chopping incident on the island of La Isla Cariñosa. Reports are that the injured man escaped death by a grim. Unfortunately, the details that led to the incident are not forthcoming, and the police department has little to work with. As a result, is altering the possibility of a lead to reach the culprit that hacked Tito Rosado. Yesterday, ACP Alberto Romero offered some information about what the police has been able to gather since the incident was reported on Keycocker.
On Sunday, the 7th day of January 2023, police responded to a chopping incident at Kikaka village. Upon the arrival, they saw one Tito Rosado, 37 years, with chop wounds. He was taken to the Kikaka Polyclinic and thereafter taken to the KHMH for treatment. He is now listed in a stable condition at the KHMH. Investigation into this matter continues, and we await that he recovers fully so that he can be interviewed. No motive at this time, no. No suspect at this time. Excuse me? Not that we know of. We are canvassing the area to try to find our witness.
Effective tomorrow, Wednesday, the 10th of January, 2024, the temporary selling price for domestic sugar will change to $59.26 per 50-pound bag, bringing the retail price per pound to approximately $1.19. As you may already know, due to the shortages created by unauthorized cross-border trade, government found the need to embark in the temporary importation of white sugar. The concession was awarded to BSI ASR, who via Florida is importing 250 tons of the product. Last week, the Director of Finance of BSI ASR confirmed that the first stock of sugar was already in country.
On the first question, in terms of domestic stocks, as we had highlighted last week, we're running very low on plantation white sugar. We have roughly a week's supply. We have this week had the first shipment of 3 containers of refined sugar that is in the process of being cleared, but we only have a permit for 250 metric tons. And that's why it was important for us to get the crop going, because 250 metric tons is only about a week's supply of white sugar. For brown sugar, we do have enough, and I don't think there's an issue with the supply there, but certainly for white sugar, there is, and therefore that's why it was very important for us to start the crop so that we can, purge the system so that we can start making plantation white sugar. On the second point with the throughput fee and
since the price for the locally produced plantation white sugar is controlled, the prices are expected to revert to normal once the imported stock is depleted and production of white sugar from the 2024 crop commences. Animal cruelty is oftentimes seen as taboo in our community. However, these cases are more common than you may believe. Tonight, the Orange Walk Humane Society is dealing with a severe case of animal cruelty on a small dog. The case originates from the community of San Esteban, where this pup was severely neglected and tied with an unnecessarily large chain, which caused long-term damage to her neck. The dog was rescued by a family in the community, and the matter was reported to the Humane Society, who are now offering much-needed assistance to the helpless animal.
We're, of course, very, very disappointed. We're very upset about the situation and what's not. Unfortunately, however, it's not the first time we've dealt with something like this. It's a bit more common than the public might believe. We come across these cases every now and then, and they are really, really severe. As per the cause of the injury, it appears that there was a thick, heavy chain that she was tied with, or that was around her neck at least, and over time the chain slowly went cutting through her skin. And if you notice the wound, it appears that the skin had tried to heal on multiple occasions, but because the chain is there, it never got a chance to fully heal. She was found in someone's yard. The people that picked her up found her, and they reported it, and they brought her to town to get her checked up and what's not. So, we us, the Humane Society, thank her and her family for taking that step and doing something about it.
Ensuring that this pup is able to return to good health, according to President of the Humane Society, Alec Armstrong, is a costly venture, and so the group is seeking support and hopes that the community will band together to assist with the healing of the animal and others.
The public helps us a lot when it comes to donations. This could be either monetary or, with other stuff, maybe medications or food or what's not. It really helps. These vet bills aren't cheap. This case in particular, it's very, very expensive. It's a very, very expensive procedure, and so we do accept donations in that sense, and we do get sponsors. We do have people who do donate, but um, as a group, what we would appreciate from the public is if they themselves could take care of their own dogs. The sun is hot during the summer months. The heat is crazy. Um, Oftentimes we come across dogs who have some very, very thick, in this case, as you might have seen, the very, very thick chain, under the sun that that starts to, conduct heat and what's not, and it just intensifies the injuries caused by these things. And apart from that, we come across neglect and what's not. Dogs aren't being fed properly, or they're not being given water, they're not being treated. And that's what we're here for, to help.
The Orange Walk chapter of the Humane Society is currently having a recruitment drive and is encouraging anyone who is willing and able to donate their time to help against animal cruelty and other cases in our community to reach out and join the group.
We do have we do have an open recruitment right now. We're currently looking for volunteers, people who could help us, people who are willing to dedicate the time and the effort into helping us, um, develop as a group. So our doors are open right now. We have a number of people reaching out in regards to our recruitment. We're also looking for fosters. People who could maybe take care of these pets. We don't have a shelter, or we don't have somewhere where we could take these pets. So oftentimes, members themselves end up taking them home, or taking responsibility over them until they get adopted somehow. But we are open to members, volunteers, fosters.
Donations to the Orange Walk Humane Society can be made by visiting their Facebook page or by contacting any of their members. Residents are also being asked to support the group in year-long fundraisers, which are announced via their social media pages. And in a bit of last news, the Cabinet held its first meeting for the new year today. The major issues discussed including the successful resolution of the sugar industry impasse, the escalation of efforts to counter inflation, the exploration of stronger regulations and standards for the rum industry, and looking at ways to address the prevalence of alcoholism in our society. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Wednesday, January 10th here on CTV3 and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/CTV3BelizeNews or our YouTube channel at CTV3 News BZ. Remember to wash your hands and remain safe. From all of us here at CTV3 News, Thank you for watching and listening. Good night.